Welcome to Everbank Stadium, football fans in Jacksonville, Florida. Today, a good one in store here. It's the Buffalo Bills and the Jacksonville Jaguars. Cam Little out for the opening kick. And we're off from Jacksonville. Ty Johnson now to return. And this drive will start inside the 25. So here come the Bills for their opening drive. They're led out by the reigning NFL MVPs. Finished top 5 in voting 4 of the last 5 seasons, Josh Allen.
He won the MVP award. We all knew he'd capture at some point of his career. And to me, Katie really did so because he further elevated everybody around him. That's what MVPs do. It's exactly what Josh did a season ago.
That play goes for 19 and a new set of downs.
That's a statement throw right there. A statement throw that lets the opposing defense know it's not just going to be check down Charlie today. They're going to be willing to push the ball down the field, and this defense better respond.
Has him on the quick hitter. And he takes it across midfield and into Jaguars territory.
That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for on first down. Textbook. It sets up second and very manageable, and then creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. First tone of the game for James Cook. Excellent play defensively as they get to him behind the line. That's going to bring up 3rd down. They sent him with that sack in mind, Brock. We all saw what was coming, so managed to clean up the play even if it did come on the ground.
And you know why they call that a cat pressure from the secondary, Kate?
Tell me.
Because it's a C for corner and a T for attack, exactly what he just did.
Allen on 3rd and short. Got a man, that's Kincaid. And they're going to bring him down at the 36. They pick up 14 yards on that one. And the Bills have a first down.
That's good for a Bills first down. A gain of 14. First down, Buffalo.
You want to become a quarterback's best friend? Do that. Turn a short little gain, a short little pass into some yards after catch, and that quarterback will find you again.
They've got first down here from the 36. From the shotgun, it's Allen. And they drop him right after that catch. He's down at the 22-yard line. They'll get 14 yards and a new set of downs.
That's another Bills first down.
And that right there is about the best you could hope for against double coverage. Good chunky yards, and more importantly, Brock, you don't get burned taking a risk.
Yeah, it's really the defense that gets burned, and that is just demoralizing. You got double coverage, you got what you want, and 2 guys can't stop one.
He's got this complete to James Cook. And he's stopped as we get closer to our first point to this ball game. It's going to be 1st and goal now.
Okay, I know exactly what's going to happen. I've seen it once, I've seen it 100 times. Next week on the practice field, this running back's going to say, see, I'm not just a running back. I can play receiver. And you receivers, you couldn't do my job, but I just showed you I could do yours.
To throw again, it's Allen. And he just gets rid of it. Knew he had a couple of plays left. Didn't want to take a risk there on first down. Well, with how well he's slinging at this opening drive, Brock, not sure we expected to see an incompletion, but his perfect start ends at 5 for 5.
Yeah, kind of the feeling out process, right? I think you find this with defensive coordinators a whole bunch, trying to figure out what that script is on the other side. I have a sense there'll be some completions and incompletions along the way.
Here's a screen for Cook. And he drives this forward to the 6.
That's a defense's goal, right, Kate? Just get us to 3rd down so we can have a chance to get off the field. And that was a good adjustment on that stop in particular, when the back ended up being the target, and they were able to keep him short of the sticks.
Running out of chances. Here's 3rd and goal. To the air again, Allen. And it's incomplete on 3rd and goal. Thought he had a touchdown there. So now they're left with 4th and goal. All right, partner, testing the perimeter early there. Coverage held up. Could be a tough day for those outside receivers to make an impact.
Okay, partner, testing you here. You've heard me say this a lot. Okay, coordinator's job is to get you man-to-man coverage, and your job is?
To win it. Prater puts it through. And they get 3 on their first series. Hope to build on that in the drives ahead.
If they can keep moving that ball the way they did on the opening drive, he's going to be called upon, I'm going to guess, Kate, for more than just field goals. Probably some extra points, too.
Now Prater on to send it away. LaQuint Allen to return this. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. So here comes the Jaguar offense now. Their turn to set out on an opening drive. And bringing them out to former #1 overall pick out of Clemson in 2021, Trevor Lawrence.
The promise and the potential, well, they've been with Lawrence his whole football life. From high school in Georgia to stardom at Clemson, and even a playoff run in Jacksonville. It's just consistency. Week in and week out, that'll be the next step for Trevor in his career.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8 at the 30-yard line.
8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. They'll give this up the middle to ETN. Doesn't get much beyond the line, a yard at most. Making the tackle there, Joey Bosa.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
Let's see what they draw up on a 3rd and 7. 3rd and long, they're gonna throw. Short pass brought in. Great job rallying to the football. They get him down right at the marker, 4th down.
You can earn your money in the NFL in all sorts of different ways, but defensively, in a league where you're just not hitting as much in training camp, you're not tackling as much as they got to in the old days, when you can make a play in the open field, keep them short like that, I promise you some money will follow.
Here comes the Bills offense for their 2nd drive of the game. And their last drive did end in points. Not as many as they wanted, though. They had to settle for that field goal despite advancing the football pretty well. Shotgun handoff now to Cook. They bring him down, but not before he picks up 7, Brock, to begin this drive. Good rip on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 2. Only a solitary field goal so far as we're through 1 quarter. It's an early lead for the Bills. Back to Everbank Stadium in just a bit. We're back for the 2nd quarter. Bills in possession of the football. They're looking at 2nd and pretty short. Allen setting up play action. Looking to his fullback now. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage.
Sure seems like he knew exactly what he wanted, and he got it, going right where he wanted to with the ball off the snap.
1st and 10 from the 32. Hand off to Cook here out of his own read. And he's only going to get 2 or 3 yards on that one.
Hey, not a bad play by any means, but there's room for more, and they know it.
Last run got him 3. Here's 2nd and 7. Working from the gun, it's Allen. To the right, pulled in by Palmer. And he's down inside the 40 before he's escorted out. It's a pickup of 26. And that's good for a Buffalo 1st.
Just excellent effort on that catch. And a lightning quick transition from bringing that football in to getting vertical. He was not content for a second to end that play where he caught it. Any catch he makes, his intent is to put some serious yards on top of it.
Now the shotgun give to Cook. And that that is exactly what you're looking for on a first down run. He picked up 7.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that first down marker.
After that little 8-yard scoot, here comes 2nd and 2. It's a designated keeper for Allen. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away.
I can promise you, that's not what it looked like on the practice field nor on the whiteboard. Typically, QB run is going to net you a whole lot more yardage than that. But let's give some credit. Strong effort by that defensive front who contained a play that typically goes for a whole lot more.
Cook trying this one up the gut. And he's going to be stopped, but not before he gets it down to the 14. That's 16 on the pickup. And the Bills have a first down.
Another Bills first down. A gain of 16 yards. And the Bills first down.
Danger, Kate. Danger, I say. You get this guy in the open field, and he is dangerous to take it to the house.
And keep this drive moving, partner. Here's another 1st and 10. From the red zone on 1st. Hits him on the out route. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down.
There's no route on the old proverbial route tree, Kate, that takes more trust than throwing an out route. You're throwing it to a spot and believing your guy can get there.
2nd and 6 coming up here. Now bring the tight end in motion. Operating from the gun, it's Allen. And this is going to be a Buffalo touchdown. The Bills grow their lead just before halftime. Josh Allen, the touchdown.
Kate, we know you can do it in different ways in today's NFL at quarterback. Some with their brains and their processing, that anticipation and accuracy. Some could do it with their improv skills to create a play when everything breaks down, and he just put on a show.
Matt Prater for the point after try. The point after splits the uprights. And the Bills make it a 10-point ball game.
Jaguars nothing.
Now Prater on to send it away. Bayshul Tootin now on the return. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25-yard line. 2nd drive of the game upcoming for this Jaguar offense. They now trail by double digits after that last score, Brock. It's 10-0 partway through here. 1st and 10, it's Lawrence. That's too far in front, and it's not going to be caught.
The lack of points and the lack of yards have just gone hand in hand here in the first half, and they both really trace back to the same root cause, an inability to consistently find and exploit any opening in what's been a very sound defensive game plan.
Another try from the 25. It's 2nd and 10. Lawrence working from the gun. Throw right side, caught by Thomas. And he's going to get this one to the 36-yard line. That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the first down.
They like to say it's about the Jimmies and the Joes. I think that's about the X's and the O's. That's a well-drawn-up completion that nets them a first down.
36-yard line.
They've got first down here from the 36. From the shotgun, Lawrence. Pass brought in by Parker Washington. And they shove him out. Looks like he got about 6 before they did so. It's 2nd down.
I know I could sound like a broken record when I talk about timing and getting the ball out on time and on rhythm, but these outcuts, it is so imperative, and the best of them make it look oh so easy.
After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Back to the air, Lawrence. Looking slant route, complete. And they'll get him down after he gets into the 48. The Jaguars are going to call their first timeout. And they can take a moment to try to build more momentum after getting the first.
Boy, they sure found the right route at the right time to hit the soft spot in that coverage. And that slant, it goes for big yardage.
Football's on the 48. Here we go. First down. Again, it's Lawrence to throw. Connects on the crosser. And they get this down to the 28. So 20 yards on that play. And that's good for a Jacksonville first down.
That's another Jaguars first down. First and 10 at the 28-yard line.
I think the defense is still turned around looking for where the ball is, because that QB and tight end, they got that ball out in a hurry.
Throwing again. Here's Lawrence. Here comes the screen for Etienne. And they're all over that screen, Brock. Didn't even get back to the line of scrimmage.
He specializes in salvaging broken plays out of the backfield, but even he couldn't get anything out of that one, Kate. That defense, they were all over it.
Back to the line they come, second down. Sticking in the air with Lawrence. Throwing the out route complete. And he's going to be out of bounds. Looks like a yard or two short of the 25.
Kate, if there was one throw in the game plan that kept me up at night more than any other, it was an out route versus zone coverage. Because you got to throw with anticipation, but you also got to make sure those defenders' eyes aren't reading you like a book.
They motion the tight end over. Throwing is Lawrence on third down. By the pylon. And he goes out of bounds. That's going to set up first and goal.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your third downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
They've got three tight ends on this first and goal, thinking run or play action. Etienne! The charge into traffic, but the line doesn't budge. They stall him out short. A timeout taken by Jacksonville. It's second. And they still have one in their pocket for what's left of this half.
They just could not even find a sliver of breathing room on that first down, and this is not an envious spot for this play caller to be in. I don't know what you go to now.
Second chance at 6 here. It's second and goal. He gets it again. And this won't get anywhere either. The front held up. Now a timeout called by the Jaguars. That's their third. And that's all they've got for what little remains of this half.
I think I could see that sideline considering a challenge down there. It was close, but I think he got barely enough to escape the end zone. Another run might not be so lucky.
Stopped at the line on second. Need to fight forward 2 more yards here on third and goal. Out of the gun, Lawrence. And it's incomplete on third and goal.
You know what that route is called, right, Kate? ODB, over the ball. And those are the ones you've got to hit. You've got to be able to play offense from the inside out. Got to find a completion right there.
Facing fourth down, the Jags electing to send out Cam Little for this field goal try. Angling this one in from the right hash, the challenge here.
That's tremendous execution right there. Really using every bit of time they had left in a methodical drive, paying off with points. And remember, they'll get the ball to start the second half as well.
Time left for maybe a return plus a play here as they send this away. So no return this time. Let's see if they run a play or if they just decide to kneel out the half. Yep, as expected, they go to the ground to start this one off. And some nice running there on that 7-yard gain. Make it second down. Timeout is called, just 4 seconds, and we would assume, Brock, 1 play remaining in this half. This is going to be the play that takes us to halftime. He'll throw it. He's trying to lay this one in deep down the right side. And his final shot of the half will not connect. That falls incomplete. No time remaining in our first half.
All right, Kate, thanks very much. Scott Hansen, good to be with you from the Orlando EA Sports Studios with an abridged halftime report. This one shaping up to be a tight one, as evidenced by the scoreboard. Both these teams playing it close to the vest in the first half. What will happen in the second half? Let's find out as we send it back to the stadium and our commentary team, Kate Scott and Brock Heward.
Thanks for that update, Scotch. Welcome back, everyone, for the third quarter. Got a one-touchdown game here as we get you back down to the field. Now Prater on to send it away. This is Allen to return. He's stopped on the run back at the 27. Jacksonville has its offense out there to start this third quarter. They'll try to get that ground game established better than they did in the opening half, Brock. See if they can attack that deficit. Here's Etienne to begin the drive. And he gets a few on the plunge forward.
You know, Kate, that might be a little bit of a disappointing run to him. He wanted more. They always do. But that's exactly what they were after offensively to get this drive moving.
They'll come up after that 4-yard gain. It's 2nd and 6. Now Lawrence on the play fake. Short pass caught by his tight end. And he's going to go out with a pickup of 3, so chipping away a few here ahead of this third down.
Quarterbacks will look for their tight end short in just about any situation. They take away the deeper options. Well, there's their consistent source of positive yardage, the trusty tight end.
On 3rd and 2, here's Lawrence. Into a ton of traffic, and this one's intercepted. Matt Milano in to pick it off. Wanted to hit his tight end there, but a defender anticipated it, got a hand on it, and it is picked up.
Yeah, I think this defenses today have figured it out. There's a lot of good tight ends, and they can be mismatch makers, so you better have an awareness and coverage of where those tight ends are. This defense did, and boy, what a big play to take that ball away.
The Bills and James Cook making their way back out on offense now. And it has been all about these defenses so far, Brock. Even into the second half, we're still waiting for one of these offenses to take charge.
Yeah, what you're feeling, these defenses are making every yard tough, every first down tough, every series tough. And offensively, yeah, it's time to toughen up and maybe more importantly, sharpen up.
A nice 6-yard pickup. They're going to have 2nd and 4.
That's one of those sneaky little runs, Kate, that gets you enough yards to create some doubt into that defensive coordinator. You could stick to the ground. You could throw beyond the sticks. You really create some indecision now defensively.
Again, it's Cook. And he's able to take this one down to the 25. They'll say he got 5 there, but Brock, all they care about is the first down that comes with it.
You know, Kate, it's plays like that. It's just kind of the meat and potatoes. Not going to make any highlight reel, but just the positive, efficient plays on the ground you need to keep plays and drives alive.
Going to the ground again on first. And some solid running here as he gets him 8 yards there into the red zone.
I'm not kidding you, Kate. A run of that length at the NFL level, honestly, is the equivalent of a run of 15-plus at the high school level. It's hard in the run game to make yards, and they just got a very successful one.
Nice run last play. Sets up 2nd and 2. Another one for Cook. And he is into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. The Bills push their lead further to start the half. It's a James Cook touchdown. Well, Brock, you found himself some space to work, and from there, wow, all athleticism as he made his way into the end zone.
You got that right, Kate. Just that speed. You got to have some different gear when you get down here to the red zone. It's hard to score rushing touchdowns, and that running back sees the open space, he sees the green grass, and he finishes it off with 6.
Prater on for the PAT. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Bills double their lead to 14.
Jaguars 3.
Now Prater on to send it away. Tootin now on the return. And that's going to set them up just beyond their own 20. Now the Jaguars offense ready to take over once more. And you know that interception is in the back of their minds as they head back out there now. Jacksonville offense ready to get going. Here's 1st and 10. On the ground to begin this drive with Etienne. And he powers ahead for about 5. It's going to be 2nd and 5.
That is simply a stay-on-schedule kind of run. Nothing more, nothing less, just right on schedule.
Brings up 2nd and 5.
So gain of 5 on that 1st down. Let's see if they can repeat that performance now here on 2nd. Etienne again. Defender gets to him right around the line. It's going to be marked as no gain. So, Brock, that means 3rd down coming up.
As that linebacker makes that tackle right in the middle of the field, all I'm thinking about right now, Kate's training camp. Because that's the middle drill right there. That is textbook. What you do in training camp, coming to life when it matters.
Bills going dime here on 3rd down. Lawrence looking to throw. Got his man. Thomas has it. And he's taken down after a very productive effort there, Brock, up to the 40-yard line. It's a gain of 12 on that one. And the Jaguars have a 1st down.
Jaguars, 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 40-yard line.
It sure seemed like he knew exactly where he was going with that right off the snap.
From the 40-yard line now, this is 1st and 10. Washington, the motion man here. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Brian Thomas Jr., his intended target. And it sets up 2nd down.
2nd and 10.
Yikes, as that pass falls to the ground, Kate, you kind of just sense their desperation, just kind of oozing out of them. Running out of time to start connecting on more of these and really break open the scoring in a way they just have not been able to do so far.
Lawrence trying again on 2nd. And Bills get to him. He's brought down. And that pushes him back. 3rd down coming up.
It's pretty impressive, isn't it? They built this type of lead for themselves because that's actually, Kate, their 1st sack of the game. And that's why smart front offices and complete teams build a well-rounded roster. That way, if a core component like the pass rush today isn't there, well, the other areas of the team pick each other up.
Will this drive continue? Here comes 3rd down. Here he goes, 3rd and long. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. They haven't found it easy to score in this one, Brock, and physicality just like that, a big reason why.
And it usually is, Kate. I love defensive coordinators when they say, hey, it's not just what you see, it's what you hear. And you could hear the physicality of that knocking the ball loose.
And some textbook work covering that punt. It is stopped after almost nothing on the return. The Bills and James Cook making their way back out on offense now. And those legs must be tired, but he ain't stopping, Brock. Not with the type of game that he's been having for himself on the ground. Now a give to Cook, running left. And this one breaks beautifully as they're going to get it forward to their own 45. A big play, 23 yards to move those chains.
That's all he needed to see right there before the snap. Defense way overcommitted to stopping the quick pass. Became really easy to hand it off and watch that running back do the rest.
Just one play into this drive, and they are already sitting on their own 45. Throwing now on 1st down, Allen hits him on the in route. And he drives this across midfield and down into enemy territory.
A 6-yard pickup brings up second and...
So we're through 3 here. The Bills hold both the football and a solid lead here as they try to close this out. Offensive line, this is 2nd and 4. Now a design run, it's Allen. And he has it to the 42 before they make the stop. Call it 7 yards on the play, and that's enough for the first down.
And just in case this offense didn't have enough to contend with, now you got to worry about a quarterback that could do what he just did, tote the ball himself for a big run.
First down from the 42. From the shotgun, it's Allen. Completed to his running back. And this one doesn't go far.
You know, Kate, it is so hard on these defenses to try to keep an eye and monitor on these running backs when they leave the backfield, especially if he's waiting to chip a defender or delays in the start of his route. He's really an underrated part of their overall passing game.
This is 2nd and 6 coming up. Working from the gun, it's Allen. Short throw is dropped. This one's incomplete. Looked like a bit of a concentration drop on that one. And that takes them to 3rd down.
That drop ruins the payoff to a well-designed play. It got a man open, it beat the coverage. That's a call they can revisit in the future with hopefully a much better job finishing the catch.
Allen on 3rd down. Complete beyond the marker. And they haul him down just a foot or 2 shy of the red zone. A pickup of 17. And that's good for a Buffalo first.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 21-yard line.
Part of the reason I leave you pregame, Kate, and get down to that field and watch these guys throw and catch is I want to see their timing. I want to see their anticipation. That is picture perfect right there. A crossing route thrown that quickly tells me these two are on the same page.
And he's not going to manage to get back to the line even. Tackle for a loss. We've got 2nd and 11. That's a nice quick correction for this front, Brock. Give up the big play and then get a little back on the very next one.
Exactly the kind of response you want to see from your defense. You got to forget about the big play for now and stay focused on that next snap.
A momentary speed bump there on what has otherwise been a great drive. Here's 2nd and 11. Straight ahead, here's Cook. And he's unable to get away from that tackle. Good work by the defense. Nothing gained on 2nd down. The Jaguars are going to call their first time out. They still have 2 to work with in this final quarter. Third down, and they need to get 10. Third and long for him here. And it's incomplete, and that's going to bring up 4th down.
You know, it's a point of emphasis in practice each and every week, no matter where we go. How are we going to attack the coverage on 3rd down? Well, we chose the wrong play off that call sheet that time.
So on 4th down, out comes the Bills' field goal unit and Matt Prater. This is going to be a 38-yarder from the right hash. Prater puts it through, and that makes this a 3-score game.
I think you could call this one now, Kate. His field goal makes it a 3-score game, and even the most improbable comeback attempts are going to have a hard time erasing that type of deficit here in the final quarter.
Matt Prater set.
Now Prater on to send it away. Tootin now on the return. And he's brought down just inside the 25. Now the Jaguars getting set to go. And they take the field feeling pretty beaten down with how this one's gone. Even if they're keeping their heads high, Brock, not a whole lot they've been able to do so far.
Yeah, in these moments, I think of golfers, right, in a tournament. They don't want to look at the scoreboard. They don't want to see how much they're down. They just want to take it shot by shot by shot. It's exactly what this offense has got to do.
And he'll go down after fighting his way to the 32.
That is a textbook first down completion. Sets up second and very manageable and creates space to take that shot downfield.
2nd and 3 now. Lawrence working from the gun. Completed over the middle. And they're all the way across midfield before he's brought down. It's a gain of 21 yards to pick up that first down.
That's good for a Jaguars first down. 1st and 10 at the 47-yard line.
It's the 2-minute warning here in Jacksonville. Jaguars hoping to make it look a little better before time runs out. Here's 1st and 10 from the 47. From the shotgun, Lawrence hits him on the out route. And he's forced out of bounds after a gain of about 4 there. 2nd down.
Translatable skills, that's what you call it. So effective as a runner, but those same traits that make him a great runner, adept at getting those yards, well, he translates it now as a receiver in the open field.
5 still to go here. This is 2nd down. Back to the air, Lawrence. Gets him on the quick hitter. And he's marked down, looks like at the 32-yard line. They get an even 10 on that play. And that's good for a Jacksonville first down.
The goal of that little drag route is to get him for at least a minimal gain with space to add after that. That picked up a good chunk, and it was nearly a big play.
1st and 10 from the 32. Again, it's Lawrence to throw. Short pass brought in. And they can't bring him down until he gets into that red zone at the 19. Give him 13 on that play. And the Jaguars have a first down.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only 1? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
And he has it along the sideline, but he got a little too close to that edge. They're going to say he's out of bounds. We've got 2nd down.
Well, he had the space from the defender and the concentration to make a great catch. What he didn't have was enough end zone real estate. That's just a very, very exciting incompletion.
2nd down, still 10 to go after that incomplete pass. Throwing again, here's Lawrence. Finds him over the middle. And he's able to get this down to the 13.
The goal of running that drag route is to get it to him for at least a minimal gain with space to add after that. He picked up a good chunk, and there was nearly room to add even more.
Good moving drive, but it could stall out here. We've got 3rd and 4. Sticking in the air with Lawrence. Brought in. And he is well clear of that marker. That effort's going to set them up with a 1st and goal. A timeout taken by Jacksonville. It's 2nd. And they're still going to have 1 left at their disposal.
That's what we call situational football. You spend all week working on your nickel passing game package to take advantage of 3rd downs just like that.
This offense in position now. It's 1st and goal. He's going to throw it again. Toward the side of the end zone, but that one's incomplete. Took his shot at 6 that time. And that makes it 2nd and goal.
As I watch practices today, Kate, both college and professionally, one thing is abundantly clear. Teams spend so much more time in the red zone. They know it's the money zone. And defensively, if you can force incompletions and knock it away and leave teams for field goals, you got a great chance to win.
And this one stopped at the 3-yard line. Now a timeout called by the Jaguars. That's their 3rd. And now they're powerless to stop that clock with a timeout at least.
As an offense, you don't call a screen, Kate, expecting to gain just a few yards. You call it expecting to break off something big and substantial. But it's up to that defense to stay ahead of it, to keep it contained to something much smaller. Case in point right there.
Touchdown or bust for him here as they set up for 3rd and goal. Here's Lawrence to throw. And it's incomplete on 3rd and goal.
You know, that's an example right there where you just simply got to be on the same page with each other and get both ends of the play right to execute. They want that one back.
Field goal doesn't do anything for him here, so the offense staying out there on 4th down. They're going to try with Etienne. And they stop him. No touchdown, no first down. That's a turnover on downs near the end zone.
Hey, I get it. It's already over. But go down swinging. Unfortunately, that play, like so many of them today, Kate, has been pretty indicative of how this contest has gone.
Now we've got the Bills offense headed back to the field. And they can trot out every offense's favorite formation now, Brock, and kneel out this win. Defense, no timeouts left to stop them. All right, Bills to the line now. 1st and 10. Now it's Cook. And he'll scurry forward for a pickup of 3. Give him a few yards on that run. It's 2nd and 7.
5-yard line. A 3-yard pickup. Brings up 2nd and 7.
So the Bills fight their way to a win on the road. And it was a maestro of a performance defensively, limiting them to only 1 field goal. Playing shutdown football like that, Brock, it is no surprise they came away with the win. And I think you'd agree, we see some more lockdown football in their future. So for Brock Heward and all of our crew, I'm Kate Scott, wrapping up another edition of the NFL on EA Sports. It's a win for the Bills as we bid farewell from Jacksonville.